Hi, I'm Dorothy Godin, broker with Remax Crown Realty here in Sudbury, and welcome to Thursday Thoughts. Um, Through the years, I've often talked about what kind of market we have: seller, balanced, buyer. We haven't had buyer's market in a long time. There is a portion of the market, I would say the over 800 market, that's really pushing into the balanced market. But for the most part, in the last couple of years, and certainly since 2020, you've heard me say we're in a seller's market. We're in a seller's market. Um, and that's because we have low inventory and still have good demand. But it's a different seller's market than the pandemic. So people are asking me, well, if you're saying that it's a seller's market, why are we not seeing the multiple offers and the crazy numbers like we did during the pandemic? During the pandemic, it was common to see, 16 to 20 offers and selling 15 to, 20% over list price. We are not seeing that. It's not the same seller's market. Granted, we still are in a seller's market, but buyers' behaviors have changed. They are far more cautious. They're not so panicky. They're very budget wise, and that's because interest rates have changed. So during the pandemic, interest rates were very low. It felt safe to be in that monthly payment in buying a house because interest rates were so low. Monthly payments were cheaper. Where now interest rates have gone up, so that monthly payment that you would have had in 2020 is certainly not the same as in 2025. So buyers are being much slower to put in offers. They want to see comparables. The buyers are just behaving differently than they were during the pandemic, and I think that's really a product of how the interest rates have shifted that market. It's still a seller's market. We still have inventory needs. Demand is really high. It's just not as severe as during the pandemic. And during the pandemic, I think there was a lot of fear of missing out because interest rates were so low and people were so excited to get into their first house, and inventory was so low. There was a great fear, and that's why we saw people coming in with cash offers, even though they had to get a mortgage. Um, it was just a different kind of feel where now I think the behavior of the buyers is much more normal. They're taking their time, they're getting their pre-approvals. Yes, we're seeing multiple offers, but we're not seeing 16 multiple offers. You might see two or three, maybe four. We are seeing home inspection and financing clauses back into the offers. And as I say, buyers are just more cautious because it is much more expensive now than it was in during the pandemic when you look at like monthly payments. So I hope you find that helpful. I know I'm always saying that it's a seller's market, but I just wanted to make that adjustment in that it's not the same seller's market as it was during the pandemic. As always, you can reach me at Dorothy Godin at remax.net or 705-561-2360. Have a great week.